So this new record meant trying to put myself inside of the box and then visualize myself outside of it so that I'm creating something in a very objective way with a subjective filter. So I knew that I wanted this new record to be very poppy and very dancey, a lot more grounded in reality, a lot more accessible in a way that I think sometimes I'm sort of known to have this very left of center, quirky stigma about my music. And this record, just for the sake of trying new things, I wanted to try to make it easier for more than one person to really sing and mean from the heart. So in the past, I've been known to make this very intrinsic, whimsical stuff, and very much from the standpoint of one guy, singing about the stuff in his own head. The challenge for this record was, how do I write a song that many people from all walks of life can sing together as this anthemic thing, and it's all about capturing that magic and figuring out how that can exist on its own. So that meant, ironically, simplifying things meant a lot more work, because now I have to write and rewrite and revise constantly, and it was kind of a big thing to work at, but I'm proud of how it turned out. I grew up as a big fan of Matt Thiessen and his work in Relient K, and so he and I were introduced to each other 4 or 5 years ago, and we just hit it off right away. I think we're both sort of like-minded in the same way as to how we approach the writing process, and I think both of our minds kind of go to the same place. We can almost finish each other's sentences because we sort of think the same thoughts as we're writing. But Matt, his involvement in what I do, he's so good at reading the temperature in the room when we're actually writing something, and whether something feels off or slightly not there yet. If it feels perfect, he can really latch onto that and take the given song into a new place, to another level. So I really want Matt to be involved in every record I make from now on, because he's so good at seeing whatever we're working on from the outside looking in, and he's so good at making sure whatever it is magical without getting too kind of clingy or without being afraid of chopping things out if they need to be revised or whatever. He's just really good at seeing the song as a piece. I saw the image of the actual cover of Midsummer Station online. I think I was on Tumblr or somewhere, and I saw this image kind of as is, and I remember thinking, wow, this is that to me looks exactly like I feel like my music sounds. Like there's like the perfect visual kind of representation. It's like you think it's real at first, but you take a second glance and you realize that it's kind of too good to be true, or it's kind of too airbrushed and too perfect. And there's something about that I want my music to kind of embody. So I had my management find out who created it, and it was this great artist from Lithuania actually had made this piece for an online contest, and so we tracked him down and said, we love this, is like the perfect cover. There's nothing else that we want that could come close to this, so we got the rights to it, and he was very gracious, and I'm so glad that we got to use the album cover, because I think like I said, I think it's the perfect counterpart to the album as a collection of songs.
Thank you and good night.